Hey everyone, welcome back to another speaking video. I haven't really made very many of these on this channel, and I'm still kind of getting used to speaking to no one. But I wanted to talk about Call of Duty 2. The older Call of Duty games really captured something for me, and I'm not sure, looking back now, if it's a nostalgia factor or if they really just did something right in the older games. I look at Call of Duty 4 and I look at Call of Duty 2, and those were probably the best Call of Duty games in my opinion. I know a lot of people would kind of disagree and say Modern Warfare 2 or maybe Black Ops 1. I'm not sure if it's because of my age that I think that way or if it's something else that just they captured something that I enjoyed in those games specifically. I've put some time into Black Ops 1, a little bit of time into Black Ops 2 recently. And, I've played Modern Warfare 2, I've played some Modern Warfare 3, and there was just something about 4 and 2 specifically that will always just stick out in my head. And I think there is probably that nostalgia factor, like I said. That's probably a major factor because it's probably things that are associated with the game itself, whether it's the people I played with back then or the good feelings I had associated with the games themselves, because I look at these games and these were some of the last Call of Duty games specifically that I was really good at. And it really kind of speaks to me when I play these games. What you're seeing in the background is over the course of about 4 to 5 hours or so that I just recorded, and I cut it up and just kind of grabbed a little bit from that. There's a lot more that I could have grabbed, but I figured that what I did was sufficient enough. But you look at the game, the way that it was played was different, and I think that there's these custom maps allowed for modding and all these other things. Like, you look at Call of Duty 2, Call of Duty 4, and Pro Mod and stuff like that. Like, those were fun times in my life. And there's not many games that I can go back and have that replayability that I do with 4 or 2, because, Modern Warfare, I put in time into that game. I put a lot of time into that game. But it never really captured that void that I've been feeling with shooters, especially in the last few years. But then I play games like Call of Duty 2 or 4, and I just remember why I really enjoyed shooters to begin with. Now, Battlefield is probably my favorite shooter series, starting all the way back with Battlefield 1942. My favorite Battlefield game was Battlefield 2, but again, it was around that same sort of era. And I think it's partially because of the simplicity that just came with those games. It's not that the newer mechanics and the newer things that were introduced in later games ruined the games for me, and I can definitely understand why people really enjoy those games as they've come out. To me, I think what it is just I appreciate simplicity because sometimes less is more. I think that I have so much replayability when it comes to the older games because of how simple it is. I don't have to worry about, going in and, somebody sitting in a building the whole entire round, just racking up kill streaks that, what am I supposed to do against some of those kill streaks? And I think that they kind of cater to a certain playstyle nowadays. And, I really enjoyed having the bolt action rifles being like a major thing in Call of Duty, especially specifically when it came to 2 that weren't, just a sniper rifle. I mean, it is and it's not, at the same time. Like, you could really rush in and you don't have to worry about quick scoping because you have the iron sights right there. And you can do that nowadays when Modern Warfare with the Kar 98 or the MK2 carbine, but there was just something special about the older games to me that I wish that they could capture that again. They had all of the modding support for these older games that there's so much that they can do, which is why I think there is still such a healthy player base when it comes to those games. And I really just kind of wish that some game could kind of recapture that, I guess, feeling that came with playing the older games. It's difficult, you know. There are games that have tried. Battalion 1944 is one of them that really stick out in my mind. That really kind of had that same sort of feel, nostalgia factor in how games used to be, but it flopped, and I'm not really sure what that was, why it did, aside from just their, I guess their roadmap was maybe too ambitious and they just couldn't pull it off. I don't know what it is, but I was really disappointed that that game died. You know, but it's okay because I can come back to games like Call of Duty 2 or Call of Duty 4 and just have a good time consistently. I can sit there for hours. I can spend all night playing these games and not feel bad about it, you know, not end the night with, oh man, I wish I hadn't done that, or, you know, I wish there was another game I could be playing rather than this. You know, I really, I miss that feeling a lot. And so that's kind of why I wanted to make this video, I guess, is just to, it's kind of my appreciation for the older games. They really did something special back then, and you know, hopefully, you know, we'll start to see some turnaround when it comes to shooters, but a lot of them just aren't really capturing me as much as they could, and I don't know if they just need to make a simple shooter game that was kind of more along the lines of these, or if it's just, you know, introducing mechanics that I can sort of get behind. I'm not really sure, but that is just how it is. But with that, I'm going to wrap this video up, and I hope you guys enjoyed. Leave a like, comment, subscribe, all that, if you'd like to see more. I really appreciate it, and I hope you all are having a great day.